Well, hello and welcome to CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Andy Gress, sales executive at Amend Consulting. Amend is a management consulting firm based here in Cincinnati, Ohio, working with various types of companies to support their innovation journey, both in data analytics, technology, and operations. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Jackie Guan, Senior Vice President of Global Data Analytics and Chief Data and Analytics Officer at Marriott Vacations Worldwide. Jackie, excited for the conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited as well.
Yeah, this is great. So we'll jump right in. We're going to cover a number of topics today around data and how data analytics can help transform a business. So much is happening in data and AI technology right now, and many of our clients are trying to figure out how to strike a balance between best practice and building their foundation, and then also driving measurable value for the business today. So I would love for you to just talk to us about your approach on aligning data strategy with the broader business goals at Marriott Vacations Worldwide. And maybe as a tee up, if you want to, what do you do to kind of find more challenging working, what do you find more challenging working to align the data strategy with business goals, or bringing everyone along with you to really understand the value that's being delivered?
Yeah, definitely. So when it comes to aligning data strategy with our broader business goal here at MVW, I would say that definitely is not a one-time exercise, and it's absolutely a continuous as well as an iterative process. But we definitely have a very clear starting point, which is always start with our company's overall strategic priorities. And we actually anchor our data analytics strategy and with our overall enterprise strategy. And so we actually been really lucky that our CEO, as well as MVW's executive leadership teams, have been really clear about our 5 strategic priorities. And in fact, I'm really happy to share that enable data analytics is one of the 5 priorities. And together with operational excellence, evolve core offerings, empower leadership talents, and launching new products as our top priorities. And all those 5 priorities are also not just abstract terms. They actually have been translated into several hundreds initiatives that our both our business functional leaders and team members, together with our technology organization, are currently working on. We actually have a multi-year roadmap to roll them out. So one of the key components of our data analytics strategy is really to support our business partners, our business functions, to really deliver value through those initiatives by leveraging things like data analytics, AI, machine learning models. But on the other hand, we also know that to do all those successfully, we also have to have a very scalable, trustworthy data foundation, which absolutely is another key component of our data analytics strategy. So we are on a multi-year journey to modernize our data platform. And through this process, we plan to migrate our data into the cloud while building a really strong data governance functions. In fact, we refer that internally as our data enablement program. So together with this strong data foundation will enable us to really be successful in really deliver self-services analytics, as well as embedding our AI machine learning models into our core business process. So then in turn, this will also enable us to support our business strategy and the business priorities and initiatives more effectively. So as you can see, that this is really a complete circle. It's absolutely a continuous as well as a very iterative process. But now come to your second part of the question, what I really find most challenging. So there's definitely a lot of challenges throughout this process, as you can imagine. But I think the most challenging, but also most critical component is really the part that we need to bring everybody together along for the journey. So as I mentioned that, thanks to our CEO and our leadership team, right? So we actually have very clear strategic priority. And so that really made it very easy for us to align our data analytic initiative with a business objective and business roadmap. But I have to say that to align that, go beyond aligning, but to really bring everybody along for the journey to really ensure that we can achieve the full potential of data analytics so that all those data approach and data modeling can be really effectively utilized is really the challenging part. Mainly because that it takes a lot of relationship building as well as trust building through very consistent delivery, as well as very thoughtful change management process, as well as education almost at every step of the way. So I think we all know that transformation, especially a cultural transformation, such big change really take a lot of time. So it's really not only require consistent execution, consistently meeting and almost always exceeding our business customers' expectation, but it's really critical to have that really thoughtful communication and have the executive sponsor and really have a very clear articulation on what is really in it for me, almost at every level of the organization. But I have to say that so far, our results have been really encouraging and really exciting. So for example, we actually made really great progress in consolidating all of our BI tools into one centralized BI platform. We also launched a Power BI Center of Excellence. We have already rolled out multiple data science and AI machine learning model into the production, and we actually have a lot more in development as well.
That's awesome. Such an exciting time at MVW, and that executive alignment is crucial. So having the organization on board with leveraging data, leveraging analytics has to be exciting part of your role. And we'll talk about the culture piece here a little bit later around change management, bringing people along with you. That is such a crucial part of your data and analytics journey. But I want to double click first on measuring impact. So could you tell us a bit more about how you measure the impact of data and analytics initiatives on the organization's performance as a whole?
Yeah, so thank you for the question. I would say that measuring impact of data analytic initiative is definitely something we pay a lot of attention to. And this also requires, I think, a combination of both quantitative metrics as well as qualitative assessment. So at the highest level, we really accomplish all this through 4 steps. So step number 1, we always start by linking each analytic initiative to a very specific business objective. So for example, right, and some of those business objective including how we can increasing our revenue, how we can help to reducing costs, and as well as how we can improve the customer satisfaction, and sometimes it's also help to accelerating innovations. So that's really step number 1. And the second step after that is really that we need to select the important KPIs that we can really directly reflect the business goals we're trying to achieve. And so most of our initiative, I'd say that we actually leverage financial KPIs. And in fact, before we start the development on any initiative, we first do an assessment on what is the business value that we can hope to achieve through those initiatives, and give a couple of examples, right? So when it comes to campaign optimization, one of the initiatives we're working on, so we really help to increase revenues through that initiative. So we estimate what is the benefit in terms of revenue growth as well as EBITDA impact through those models. And another example from a really SG&A saving perspective, we've rolled out initiative like RPA or VBA. We estimate what is the savings that we can really hope to achieve through those initiatives. So after the initiative is done, obviously we'll track and measure again to really assess did we really achieve the business value as we initially estimated. And then after that, the third step is really, or whenever possible, the third step is really use some kind of before and after comparison, leveraging tools or approaches such as A/B testing or testing and control, because this is really the most scientific way that really allow us to be very confident or to be most confident in measuring the true impact of the initiative. And one critical component of that, when after we're able to scientifically measure the benefit, we also pay attention to really putting this benefit into our budgets, because this is the only way that we can really ensure that we can truly capture the benefit in the business. And lastly, after we've done all that, we actually conduct ongoing process of checking usage and connect with the users to receive their ongoing feedback after either the model or the report is rolled out. Whenever possible, we also want to utilize the metrics to measure. For example, are people really utilizing the report? Are those tools really being leveraged? As well as more critically to get their feedback to see, is there any things that we can improve that to be really as part of ongoing continuing improvement process with the organization as well. So in summary, we really achieve that through four of those steps.
That's great. It's helpful for your wealth of experience to be able to understand how do we align data and analytics back to the business to make sure that we're driving true business impact. I mean, it is such an important part, whether you're sitting in the C-suite or you're a more junior level team member, understanding what is the big picture here that we're tying into and how are we making a measurable impact on the business. It's so crucial. Jackie, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me today. For more interviews and insights, please visit cdomagazine.tech. Thank you.
Thank you.